Are you excited? I haven't had this since last year. Smells delicious, just like you would expect. Hey guys, Pat here at All Day I Eat Like a Shark, where I share my Japanese recipes with one video per week, showing you how to cook Japanese food. If this is your first time here, consider subscribing for more Japanese cooking videos like this. So one of my favorite things to eat is ice cream. If you did not know that, you can tell by all of the different recipes that I make, as well as my fancy little ice cream machine. I am going to show you today how I make my kurogoma ice cream, which is black sesame ice cream. It's Japanese ice cream. It's one of my favorite ways to eat black sesame seeds, and it's pretty easy to make. So with that, let's get started. I have all of my ingredients ready to go. I have some heavy whipping cream. I have some whole milk, 1.5 cups. We're going to do half heavy cream and half whole milk. I have 3 egg yolks. I have some nerigoma, which is it's a black sesame paste. This is a new package. If you're not able to find this at the store, you can make it yourself. I've made it before. I used to always make it before I found it at the market. I usually use honey and ground black sesame paste, so you can see it's very viscous. We're gonna use about 3 tablespoons. I have 2 tablespoons of black sesame seeds, which I just toasted. We're gonna grind these all up, and these will be our base for the sesame flavor, the black sesame flavor. We're gonna use our suribachi here, which I have, and then we're also gonna throw in a half cup of sugar, about a teaspoon of vanilla. Vanilla really makes the flavor come through, so do not forget the vanilla. All right guys, so first step in making ice cream is combining the egg yolks with the sugar. We're gonna whisk all of this together, get it nice and creamy. I'm gonna use my immersion blender and just make sure that all of this gets nicely incorporated. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me. It's a very pale off-white yellow, kind of like an Easter egg yellow. Next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna heat the milk. We're gonna put it on medium heat. Put that in there. Set up the cream. We're gonna use 1.5 cups of cream, like I mentioned. It's not too heavy and it's not too light, in my opinion. I don't know how you guys like your ice cream. And we're gonna use a teaspoon of this. And as soon as the milk starts to have little bubbles on the side, we'll go ahead and mix some of that, whisk it into this, and then put this back into the pan. And I will measure the temperature using my thermometer. It should be around 165, 170 degrees because it has raw eggs. Don't wanna get sick. And while we're waiting, we can go ahead and get the black sesame seeds ground. So you wanna grind these 100%, unless you want chunks of black sesame in your ice cream. That's up to you, but I always grind these all the way. Black sesame ice cream, I think you have to grind it all to get all the flavor out. Question of the day, have you made black sesame ice cream before? Or how about ice cream at all at home? Let me know in the comments below. If you missed some of my other ice cream recipes, I will definitely have links in the description, as well as the review for my ice cream maker if you're interested or in the market for a new ice cream machine. Some of the other ice cream recipes that I have made recently is miruku aisu, which is a milk flavored ice cream with no flavoring aside from the cream and sugar, as well as matcha ice cream, hojicha ice cream, and I'm also going to be doing a couple other interesting flavors, so stay tuned for those. Ground black sesame is also good to go. Now I'm going to prepare my ice bath, so I'm going to set this over here. So if you've seen my other recipes, other ice cream recipes, you notice that my technique is always the same. I always put a little ice packet into the water to chill it. You can also use ice cubes, but the point is to chill the custard as soon as possible. My milk is ready. I'm gonna get this whisk ready. We're gonna gradually add in the hot milk mixture while whisking. I'm gonna put this on low so it doesn't splatter everywhere. And then we'll mix in the ground sesame seeds, 2 tablespoons worth, and then 3 tablespoons of the nerigoma. So this actually separates a little bit. There's a little layer of oil on top. So before we do that, before we add it, we want to mix it a little bit so that the oil gets evenly distributed. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit while we whisk. So I usually do about half, make sure it's evenly distributed, and then put the rest back into the pot and whisk. And grab a spatula and get all the residual, and then we'll put in the black sesame as well as the nerigoma and then chill it. So it usually takes about 20 to 30 minutes before it's cold enough to put into my ice cream machine, and then we will be on our way to eating kurogoma ice cream. So now that that's all good and ready to go, I'm going to drop in all of the black sesame, ground black sesame seed. Okay, so let's get the nerigoma. Look at this, super thick, almost like peanut butter, but it's black sesame. There's 1 fat teaspoon, 2, And then we'll do one more. This will be extremely nutty thanks to the freshly ground black sesame and this nerigoma that we're using. All right, so we're gonna whisk this all together one more time and then we will put it into the ice bath to chill. All right, so just a little bit longer on the stove. It's at 160. Okay, so that looks pretty dissolved to me, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop whisking and we'll just let the temperature come up to 160 and then we will be good. If you wanna see how it looks gray right now, and that's pretty much how the color is gonna be. It's gonna be a little bit darker once it starts to churn, since these bubbles will go away. 170. So we're gonna go ahead and drop this into the ice bath and let it chill. Give it an occasional stir to help it cool quicker. And at this point, you can taste it for sweetness. If you need to add a little bit more sugar because it's not sweet enough for you, or honey, if you want a different sweetener, you can definitely do that now. Make sure that it's set as deeply as possible within the ice bath so that it cools effectively. And probably in about 15 minutes or so, I'll get my ice cream machine cooled. And I almost forgot we had iced milk. I almost forgot to put in the cream. So this is 1.5 cups of cream, and this will definitely help to chill everything much quicker. Do not forget your cream. Very, very important. All right, see you in a bit. All right, guys, I'm back. We are gonna churn our ice cream. The mixture has cooled quite a bit. Pre-cools at -18 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm just gonna wipe off the bottom here. Sure none of this water gets in to dilute. Start the churning. All right, so there's that. Put in about a teaspoon of vanilla. And then let that churn. Our hard work is done. See you in about 40 minutes. All right, guys, so it's been about 45 minutes and my ice cream is just about done. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the machine, take out my little ice cream pail, and we will go ahead and scoop it out. So this is how it looks. All right, let's go ahead and get this into my ice cream containers. The Tavolo container, highly recommended if you make a lot of ice cream at home. I used to always reuse those plastic containers that I bought at the market. I always take it out before it completes all the way, so it's easier to scoop, so it's a little bit soft. If I let it go all the way to the end of the cycle, it would definitely be more firm, in case you were wondering. Perfect way to stay cool this summer during hot weather. So it's just about full, so we'll eat the rest. And so that'll be it for my kurogoma ice cream recipe. I hope you guys get a chance to try it. Let me know in the comments below if you do, if you have any questions, any tips, anything that I missed in my recipe, anything that I forgot to say, I will link below. I'll put in the description. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe and give it a chance. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do to see more videos like this, and hit that little ding button, the bell, to get notifications for when I put up a new video. Make sure to also check out my new tofu cookbook. If you haven't already, I'll link that in the description below. Japanese tofu recipes that taste delicious. All right, so that'll be it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. See ya. Oh man, so delicious. Next time I'll make kurogoma ice cream. Delicious. Look at that. Yum.